We're in Germany ahead of Challenge Roth, and today we're joined by Kaisa Sali. Thanks for joining us.
And thanks for having me.
Kaisa has 2 fifth-place finishes at the Ironman World Champs and numerous Ironman podiums to her name. And today we've got her Felt IA and some of her kit. So let's take a closer look. Okay, so let's start with the bike itself, and as I've mentioned already, it is the Felt IA, and this is the FRD version, the Felt Racing Development model. What do you like about this bike?
It's like super comfortable riding this bike. Like the fit is just perfect for me. When I made the decision to ride Felt, or we did the sponsorship contract, I was trying to find a small enough frame, and Felt has like that, just that for me, so it's really good.
Super, and I understand it's quite a successful bike.
Yeah, actually I think like the last 5 years in Hawaii, the winner has been riding the same bike, Miranda Carefrey and Daniela Riff, so it just have to be fast. I have no excuses if I'm not the fastest biker.
Well, you are, in your own words, you said a relative rookie to the Ironman racing. You've only done how many?
I've done 6 Ironmans, so I don't know if it's a lot or not, but still I feel like a bit like a rookie, so I'm like learning every time I'm racing this distance.
So let's take a look at the front end, the cockpit area, and I've noticed straight away there's a few changes to the standard Felt setup. And we've got the SRAM ETAP blips on the base bar, and then on the ends of the poles we've got the SRAM ETAP blips there as well.
Yeah.
And those poles are the Zip VUCA poles. Again, you've put them on yourself, they don't come standard with the bike, and that's a nice S-bend. Is that something you quite like?
Yeah, I really like it, and actually it might be that I'll get from Zip a bit higher ones for the rest of the season, because I've been doing quite a lot of indoors training lately, and I feel that every time I'm doing that I'll take my hands like above these bars, and also now when I've been outdoors I felt that I could take those a bit higher to do the mantra position, or what is it called?
Yeah, the praying mantis.
Yeah, but
cool.
these are really comfy. Yeah.
Brilliant. And there's a few attachments going on here as well. So in the middle here, you've got a bottle set up for hydration. You've got your Polar M460 bike computer coming off the side on your SRAM mount. Obviously, there's no area in the middle, so you've gone off to the side here. And then we've got this little thing here, which I had to ask you what it was. So it's a magnet.
Yeah, it's for my liquid system. So,
okay,
yeah.
So you'll have a bladder that goes down into here.
Yeah, yeah.
You fill that, and then you've got your straw coming out, magnet on the end.
Yeah, and I can put it here, so.
Brilliant, great setup. Is there anything else that you add for race day, nutrition-wise?
Yeah, I will have a small box in here, or that kind of a bag, where I will put some bars and maybe a few gels as well. And then I'll put like most of my gels in this paddle, the air paddle. And then if I still need some, I might tape here a few, or yeah. Okay,
and then moving back through the bike onto the crankset area. As I mentioned already, running SRAM Red ETAP, so we've got front mech, rear mech, wireless individual batteries for both. And from that then onto the crankset itself. And you're running a 55 big ring and then a 39 small ring.
Yeah.
Talk me through your choices on that.
Yeah, I just wanted to try a bit bigger one for this year, because I felt the cadence nowadays, when I'm doing Ironman and on the downhills, I felt that I was getting a bit out of gear.
Yeah.
So then I wanted to try that bigger one for this summer, but I'm not sure yet if I will stick to it or change back to a bit smaller one.
Sure, okay. And then obviously a 39 small ring isn't what they suggest. Like they normally say a 55-42, but I'll put my hands up. I also did the same, 55-39, and it does offer a really good range of gears.
Yeah.
You just got to be careful with the shifting, haven't you?
Yeah, that's something that you have to be just a bit careful with. But anyway, I think like in the Ironman races, usually you don't need that small one so often. So it's also in this road course, it's only like once or twice that you will do that change.
Absolutely,
so,
yeah. I mean, as we were chatting about this before, and it was something that I've always run a chain catcher. So if it is something you're interested in, maybe look at the option of putting a chain catcher in. And then we have the Quark power meter.
Yeah.
And that obviously will link up to your head units. You see power as you're riding.
Yeah.
crank length, you've got 162.5, so quite a short crank length. Again, is this something you've tried out, played with?
Yeah, actually, I was riding 165 for the last like 10 years. I did change to that smaller or shorter one already when I was doing ITU racing, and then it was kind of a weird thing that why she's riding so small ones.
Yeah.
But anyway, because my legs are not so long, so it just felt good, like the smoothness of the riding was better, and now we went even shorter when I'm doing the longer distance.
And
so,
I guess also as you're dropping the front end, it probably helps with sort of the hips.
Yeah, it helps.
And then on the end of those, you've got the Shimano Dura Ace pedals. We've got an integrated brake system on the front here, and then also integrated brake underneath the bottom bracket, as you see with most TT bikes these days for aerodynamics. The wheel choice, obviously you have a partnership with Zip, so you've got the 454 NSW on the front with its quite obvious sawtooth design, and then the Zip disc on the back. Tyre choice, you've got the Continental Grand Prix 4000.
Yeah.
And you're running them in a 25 on both front?
Yeah, 25.
And what pressure will you use for race day?
I'll put a bit more than 7.
Okay,
so,
in both front and rear?
Yeah, yeah.
And then finally, with the gearing area, you're running a SRAM Red 1126 cassette on the back. Is this something you change from race to race as well?
No, I think it's been the same pretty much.
Just a nice range.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. And then some of the finishing componentry, we've got this storage box on the back, which is obviously nice and aerodynamic. It's integrated into the frame, which is nice. And I assume you're putting spares in that?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. And then moving up from that, we've got the Cobb 55 saddle, which, you know, saddle choices are very preferential. So is this something you played around with as well? Yeah,
I've been trying quite a few saddles to find a good one, and I really like this. I'm not sure if this is yet the perfect one for me, but it's really good, like, because it's a bit, it's not that wide that, for example, ISM, which is really good saddle as well. So this is a bit more narrow at the end, and so I like it. And
so it's still got that kind of like split nose design, which allows you to get really onto the front of it. But
but just slightly more narrow.
Again,
so
this is a saddle that I've ridden myself before, and I know, like, it's just a little bit more narrow at the front. And I think you have also like pretty many choices of where you want to sit, so that's good if you have a hilly route, so you can change the position a little bit, so it's nice. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, on to the rest of your race kit. So let's start with the wetsuit. And so it's the Hurricane 5. You were chatting to me earlier about this, and obviously it's got a little bit more buoyancy in the legs. Yeah, I've been using this one and the Tour Freak of Nature, which is like the higher end option from Tour. But nowadays, because I'm not like the best swimmer, I've been feeling a bit more comfortable on this model because it has like just slightly more buoyancy than the Freak of Nature. Lifts the legs a little bit more. Yeah, I think like for some super swimmer like Lucy Charles or Jody Swallow, the Freak of Nature would be better one, but I just love this suit. Super. Okay, now let's move on to your tri-suit, and I really like this. So this is a brand new tri-suit. So you've worn the tri-suit before, but this is the new custom colours. So this is from Compress Sports. So these are your own colours, so you've chosen this. I just love it, like the first race in my own colours. Oh, that's awesome. And something interesting here, which you don't see on a lot of tri-suits, is kind of like a grippy section down on there. Yeah, it's very good on the bike, so you're not like slipping in. But really nice, and looks like a very good fit as well. And nice aero sort of sleeves. And now let's go on to the bike shoes, and these are the Giro Factor. And interestingly, these are almost like a standard road shoe. So what you do, you've got a BOA section at the top here, which you'll obviously have undone and ready. And I understand you have just one of these. Yeah, I have the first one opened up, so then I can put my feet there really quickly. And now onto the helmet choice. So this is again the Giro Aero head with MIPS in it. Which is a very cool colour. I like this. Yeah, it's the same colour that my nail polish for racing, so that's important. Your lucky nail polish as well. Awesome. So yeah, really good sort of visor section, which can be removed, can't it? Am I right in saying that? You can I won't do it in case I break it. And then onto your run shoes, which you're kindly modelling for us right now. I understand as well, you're still undecided on your choice.
Yeah, actually I haven't decided whether I'll use Kinvara 9 or Nike Vaporfly 4 for this race.
Okay, because of the surface?
Yeah, because of the surface, like it's pretty soft, so this might be a better option, but I'll decide it today or tomorrow.
Okay, well these are going to get dirty out here as well.
Yeah, I know.
Right, well, that's been really interesting looking through all your kit, your choices, and actually the level of detail you're going to in all of that. So thanks so much for joining us again, Kaisa.
Thank you.
If you liked this video, the bike and the kit as much as I did, hit that thumbs up button. And if you'd like to see more videos from GTN, just click on the globe and subscribe.
And if you want to see some facts about Challenge Roth, just click there.
Yeah, and if you'd like to see Kaisa in another video where we did an Ask the Pros at the Ironman World Champs in Kona, just click down here.